Today we're going to take a look at how to change the pressure dial on this particular model, which is a Graco 390. And the reason we're changing it, because we've not got much control over the pressure. When I turn the pressure up, it goes to 1,000. Keep turning, next stop 2,000 and something, next stop 3,000. There's no in-betweens, it's just, there's three powers, 1,000, 2 and a bit, and then max. So to me it's going to be the pressure dial, because it's not sending the right signal to say that we want to be changing every little increase. Minimal tools again, and we'll just dive straight in. Check it out. So whenever you see me using my drill, I've got the torque setting really far down. It's not going to round, it's not going to split the heads off. Just to bear that in mind if you do think I'm using an impact driver. 2 screws, there and there. Again, I like to have a little pot, just put my screws in. And then it's just a case of pulling the case off. So if you feel like it's stuck, the hose at the back might just need pushing down. Off we come, put that to one side. It's a little bit dusty in here. This is why I try to say don't put your sprayer in the same room as that you're spraying in, because it's going to look like this. So you don't want that. Now the part that we're going to be changing it for, again, different models require different parts, so make sure you check that you've got the correct number. Now this particular one is, so in that little pack you do get some instructions which is going to help you guys follow along a bit easier if you're struggling with the video. Remember, before we start, machine's off at the mains, switch the spray prime switch into prime just to dump any pressure. So in the new box we get the new pressure dial and 2 new stickers, one's for the low pressure and the other's standard. And what we're going to do first, we're just going to disconnect it from the circuit board. You'll see it dead easy. Just follow it from there, comes through this little rubber section to the connection there. Click in, pull, and out it comes. Then where the cable goes in, I've just been prising that off with a flathead until it's out, and then cable can come out. Need 2 hands, feed the cable out, set of adjustables around there, righty tighty, lefty loosey, twist towards the machine. Now I've loosened it, I should be able to just unscrew it with my hand. The whole thing, not just twist the dial. So hold the cable as well so you don't split it or lose it. There's a little rubber O-ring just in the hole. That can come out because there's already one on the threads. Now what you do need is a bit of thread lock. Thread lock! That's the one I've always used. Now when I get it, what I'm going to start to do is, you can see the bit where the spanner sits there, I'll hold that and just wind it out. So you see I've got a bit more to grab with the spanner, a little bit less to grab. So just going to wind it out to give myself a bit more room. I've taken the alignment part off, which has got that little point at the top that faces up when you fit it back on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that little surround on, put a bit of thread lock on the threads. Careful that you don't snap the wire. Just thread it in with your fingers first. Be careful that wire doesn't get caught and pull, because they're only thin wires. Trying to make it all turn as one. Get my adjustables in there. pressure dial is now tight. Let's give it a little nudge again. Should be fine. And what's happened there is, if we zoom in, that rubber part has got a little gap, and the wire, you see the wires coming through the gap of the rubber. So that point faces up, the wire comes out of that gap, and there are my threads for the spanner. So I'm going to let that go off. I'll feed the cable through. Let's use some little pliers to just get the cable to come through to help feed it in. Then when that's near enough aligned, just push that rubber grommet part back on. The cable should be through. The new part's pushed in. Cable is through. Two little ends. Plugged in. That's it. And then you just choose which sticker you want on. So if you're going to do this quickly, like shortly after you've fitted it, bear in mind that thread lock's not going to have grabbed just yet, so you could still unscrew it. So if I were you, I'd give it a while just to make sure that's gone off. Or if you're feeling like you can get it on and be gentle, then whack it on. I wind it all the way. Just peel a bit off like that. Just peel a little bit off, and then I've just pulled it out. Pull it out, stick it down. It's a little bit fiddly, but bend it back and then just keep doing it in sections. It's on minus and then it's on max. Then case back on. Again, just watch that cable, might need to pull it down a little bit. It usually is that big hose at the back which is connected to the back of the pump. So pull that down, push her on, get two screws. As I say, I use my drill, but I've got it on a torque setting so I can't smash the case. See, clicks off as soon as it gets too tight. A moment of truth, flick her into spray, turn her up. We've got a bit, down a little bit. Keep turning small. Look, we've got control again. Issue solved. Before we had zero control over the pressures that we wanted to get. Now we've installed that new pressure dial, we've got the control that we need to get to the pressures. So if you want to see the video on how to change the pump on this Pro Connect unit, there'll be a video up there. Hit the like, hit subscribe, all those things help the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.